नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं आपकी होस्ट शिप्रा एब्राहम डिजिटल इंडिया आस्क आवर एक्सपर्ट्स के 53rd एपिसोड में आपका स्वागत करती हूँ। दोस्तों, क्या आपने कभी किसी तालाब, नदी या खेत के पास किसी पानी की जगह को देखकर सोचा है, पानी तो साफ ही दिख रहा है, जरूर यह पीने लायक ही होगा। लेकिन अगर मैं आपसे कहूं कि पानी में मौजूद कुछ सबसे खतरनाक पॉल्यूटेंट पूरी तरह से दिखाई नहीं देते, it may have no change in color, no strange smell, or nothing unusual to the naked eye. But pesticide residues could be present in that water too. आप सोच रहे होंगे अब यह जानना हमारे लिए जरूरी क्यों है? This is particularly important for our aquatic ecosystems, मतलब जल परिस्थितिकी तंत्र के लिए. When pesticides from agricultural fields enter nearby ponds, rivers, and other water bodies, they can affect fish and other aquatic life. और धीरे धीरे ये असर खाद्य श्रृंखला मतलब फूड चेन में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. Now the bigger question is, how do we find something in water that we cannot see? क्या बार बार पानी का सैंपल लेके लैब में भेजें और रिजल्ट का इंतजार करें? That's not possible. This is where Aqua SURAKSHA comes in. Developed by C-DAC Kolkata, Aqua SURAKSHA is a portable battery-operated system designed to screen water for certain pesticide residues right at the site. Aqua SURAKSHA एक ले जाने में आसान और बैटरी से चलने वाला उपकरण है जिसे मौके पर ही पानी में कुछ कीटनाशकों के अवशेषों की जांच करने के लिए डिजाइन किया गया है. अब ये कैसे काम करता है और इसकी आवश्यकता कब महसूस हुई और ऐसी जानकारी हमें देने के लिए हमारे साथ आज वो टीम है जिन्होंने इसे बनाया है और लोगों तक पहुंचाया है. आई वेलकम टू द शो डॉक्टर हिना रे, साइंटिस्ट एफ, CDAC कोलकाता. हेलो मैम. डॉक्टर शुभांकर मुखर्जी, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर, CDAC कोलकाता. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
And Dr. Amrita Mukherjee Ganguly, Product Manager, Arogyam Medisoft Solution Private Limited. Welcome to the show, ma'am. So, दोस्तों, आज की बातचीत इस इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक पर है जो पानी की स्वच्छता से रिलेटेड है. अपने सवाल पूछिए. आपके सवाल, आपकी क्यूरियोसिटी और आपकी पार्टिसिपेशन ही आस्क आवर एक्सपर्ट्स को खास बनाती है. अपने सवाल आप लाइव चैट में लिखिए क्योंकि आपके सवाल आपको जिता सकते हैं डिजिटल इंडिया क्वेश्चन निंजा का खिताब हर बार की तरह. तो आइए अपनी बातचीत हम शुरू करते हैं अपने एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ. मैम, I'll ask the first question from you. Let's start from the very beginning and talk about the problem statement. Aqua SURAKSHA began with a concern. So what was that concern?
Actually, madam, in Indian context, whenever we are doing that farming, for any sort of farming, that the agriculture or aquatic environment, we used to spray the pesticides in the field just to control the pest and the insecticides in the field. But what happened? We'll be getting the growth of the agricultural produces. But at the back side, what happens? That the leaching of the pesticides slowly coming down to the river, nearby river, pond, and entire aquatic ecosystems which could not able to see in our own eye. But what happened? These pesticides is a very toxic effect. And slowly, when the aquatic organisms, those who are staying in the aquatic environment, they got exposed. And under the back side, as the pesticides, mainly the organophosphate pesticides, it is having the organoleptic disruptive chemicals. It is inbuilt into the pesticides. So what happened? It destroys the hormonal imbalance and as well as the reproductive stages, and slowly the fish mortality happens, and there is a big thing that the sex of the fishes are getting lost. So male become female and female become male. So generally through a literature survey and the study by the ICAR Institute, that the Central Institute of Fisheries Research Institute, Barrackpore and Guwahati, what they have found that 54 number of fishes are getting extinct. So it's a huge loss. So once the problem comes to our end, we approach to our Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, to get a fund to address the problem statement, and we have developed a prototype. Once it is developed, through our corporate C-DAC funding, we developed the product and we have transferred the technology to our technology partner, Arogomsoft Private Limited, Kolkata.
Thank you so much, ma'am. But this information is so interesting because, like a common person would think that the pani looks clean, the water is so pure that I can drink it, and pesticide का तो हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं होता है. So, Dr. Shubhankar, I come to you. Even if the water looks so completely normal and pure, it can still contain pesticide. How is that?
Yes, it can still contain pesticide because it don't have any color, odor or appearance. So it can remain in water system, aquatic ecosystem for longer period of time. Slowly it coming out from different agricultural runoff water. It is getting accumulated at aquatic ecosystems, and slowly it comes into the food chain, so that bioaccumulation and subsequently biomagnification happens. So it not only affects the aquatic ecosystem, but eventually the whole ecosystem, including the humans.
Thank you, Dr. Shubhankar. So, what I understand is it's not only about the quality of the water. The issue is not only about that. It's about harming to the food chain altogether. So, Dr. Ganguly, for the next question, I come to you in this regards that we are talking about pesticides. So, are all pesticides harmful to fish and the water animals? And how do these affect the animals and in turn us?
Not all pesticides, especially organophosphate group of pesticides, they are the main concern right now because they enter the aquatic animals, especially in case of fisheries. But there are multiple other kinds of pesticide residues like organochlorines and etc., which can enter the food chain via other commodities as well, not only fisheries. They enter the food chain, they break down their hormonal pathways, and eventually they get integrated in the food chain as well, human food chain as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Ganguly. So to all of you, obviously this harm in the water and in turn the food chain is not visible to the naked eye, which means it needs testing, laboratories and all. So I'd ask you, Dr. Ganguly, ki, obviously Aqua SURAKSHA has been built, but what were the challenges there were in relying only on the conventional laboratory tests?
Yeah, conventional laboratory, they're irreplaceable.
Yeah.
So you cannot replace a conventional laboratory. There are GCMS, LCMS, these kinds of systems are already there. But what happens? These systems are very, expensive. They require very trained personnel, and the testing is very costly. So at the field level, it becomes very difficult to test multiple parameters for multiple kinds of commodities, not only fisheries. So we wanted to have something that is portable, battery operated, that we can take to the field, do the testing there, and get the insight then and there, so that the farmers gets benefited from it. They do not have to wait for the results. Generally, in case of conventional testing mechanism, it takes almost 5 to 7 days to get the results. Now they are getting the results within perhaps like 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Ganguly. Surely it's a very useful product. Dr. Hena, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, in addition to that, what Amita is telling, actually it's a real-time testing.
Yeah.
On and off self, if you are in the field, if you have the sample, immediately you can do the testing. No need to wait for the sample to be going to the conventional testing setup. May not be available in the aquatic system reservoir side only, but what she is trying to tell that it is in real time.
Right.
On spot you can take the decision before usage of the water.
Thank you, Dr. Hena. Ma'am, I'll go back to that time when you started working on Aqua SURAKSHA. When you first set out to develop Aqua SURAKSHA, what did you want it to be able to do for someone working in this field?
Sure. Actually, madam, a lot of people are working for development of the water quality monitoring, maybe some different sensors and all. But what we understand that whenever we are developing any sort of product, and that should be very much user friendly, because that is the ultimate stakeholders are that the fishermen or those who are working in the small and medium scale farmer. So the development should be like that the system should be very much usable by the commodity, by the common man. So that is the background of the development, and slowly we use the technology, and we are benchmarking with that the concept of biotechnology.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर हैना। सो दोस्तों, अभी हमने जाना कि ऐसा क्या प्रॉब्लम था, ऐसा क्या कंसर्न था जिसकी वजह से एक्वा सुरक्षा को डेवलप किया गया सरकार द्वारा। अब हम थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल टर्म्स में आते हैं कि मानिए हमारे पास हमारे पास पानी है और या हमारे सामने एक नदी बह रही है, अब उसके आगे हमें क्या करना है, तो उसके लिए आइए सबसे पहले एक वीडियो देखते हैं।
C-DAC Kolkata introduces Aqua SURAKSHA, a colorimetric biosensor device for detecting endocrine disrupting chemicals such as organophosphate pesticide residues in water. The device works on the enzymatic principle for the selective detection of EDC molecules. Aqua SURAKSHA is beneficial compared with other available devices in the market in terms of specificity, selectivity, portability, cost effectiveness, and user-friendly nature. The device has been successfully deployed and field tested in multiple locations across India and has also been thoroughly validated. The device claims to have an accuracy of more than 90% when compared with standard techniques. The technology of Aqua SURAKSHA has been transferred to Arrogam Medisoft Solution Private Limited, and Arrogam has modified the form factor of the device into the commercial avatar Aquivia. Aquivia translates innovation into a portable, field-ready solution. It is used for rapid on-site pesticide residue detection, enabling real-time, accessible food quality assessment without laboratory infrastructure. We have successfully deployed Aquivia in collaboration with the Research Association Acoustic Garden ecosystem. The system has been validated under real field conditions, demonstrating high reliability, accuracy, and near-zero rejections. Aquivia has also been adopted by the spice industry, including Nate Spice, a leading multinational exporter of spices. It represents a successful model of technology transfer from a premier R&D institution to industry, translating innovation into real-world impact. Aquivia is undergoing validation for broader applications, including the coffee industry, food and vegetable monitoring, and animal feed monitoring.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द वीडियो। सो दोस्तों, जैसा कि हमने अभी देखा कि एक्लिविया ये जो प्रोडक्ट है हमारा कैसे यूज होता है, मैं डॉक्टर मुखर्जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी जो अपने साथ ये प्रोडक्ट लेकर आई हुई हैं, अगर वो थोड़ा सा इस प्रोडक्ट को हमारे व्यूवर्स को दिखाएं और बताएं कि ये कितना ही इजी टू कैरी एंड पोर्टेबल प्रोडक्ट है।
तो ये जो डिवाइस है ये है एक्लिविया। एक्लिविया जैसे आप देख सकते हैं ये 200 ग्राम एक डिवाइस है, बहुत लाइट वेट है, पोर्टेबल है। इसको हम पहले C-DAC कोलकाता से वी गॉट इट द टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर विच वाज एक्वा सुरक्षा, देन वी डिड सम फॉर्म फैक्टर मॉडिफिकेशन सो दैट इसको और हम ज़्यादा छोटा बना पाए, वी कैन टेक इट टू द फील्ड and the testing can be done then and there. Now this device, it has a mobile like interface, और जब हम यहाँ पे samples डालते हैं, ये एक sample डालने का जगह है, when हम यहाँ पे samples डालते हैं, इस स्क्रीन के ऊपर ही ये डिवाइस हमको बता देगा विद इन 15 मिनट्स ऑफ टाइम कि वो सैम्पल्स में पेस्टिसाइड कंटामिनेशन है कि नहीं है। So like that, at the field level, we can know whether the incoming samples are contaminated with pesticide residues or not. Based on that knowledge, we will accept that samples for further production.
वंडरफुल, थैंक यू सो मच मैम। डॉक्टर शुभांकर, मैं आपसे थोड़ा सा और डिटेल में जानना चाहूंगी कि ये कैसे बताता है, हाउ डज इट टेल अस दैट द वाटर हैज पेस्टिसाइड्स और नॉट?
Great, that's a good question. So first, I'm telling you step by step. First, you have to take the sample. Practically, the system has been calibrated with the T runoff water and aquatic water system. So first you have to take the sample, and 10 ml of sample you can filter the sample through a filter paper. From this filter paper, 1 ml of liquid sample you can put onto the vial, and the vial, it contains the enzyme immobilized into it. Then you have to mix the reagent A and reagent B, which is nothing but the precursors and the substrate molecules for this enzymatic biosensing system, and you have to put the whole reaction mixture into the uniform illumination based sensing system. So there it will capture the image, and the machine learning based software will give you the intensity of the color, and based on the intensity, through AI based decision support system, it will predict the presence of pesticide in the particular sample, and it will give you the first, it will give you whether it is above the maximum residue limit or not, yes or no, and the predicted value of the pesticide presence.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर शुभांकर. सो व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड इज कि इसमें मशीन में पानी डालने से पहले हमें बेसिक उसका रेजिड्यू फिल्टर आउट करना है. इट शुड नॉट हैव एनी हार्ड मटेरियल इन इट टू पुट इट बिफोर इन द वायर,
जिसमें हम लोग एक फिल्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस के द्वारा उसको फिल्ट्रेट कर लेते हैं. यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. नो हार्ड पार्टिकल.
हाँ, जैसे चाय छानते हैं. Right, right. Okay. So that is how we have to put it in this machine. Great. Thank you so much. Dr. Ganguly, I'll come back to you that what exactly happens to the color? जब हम इसको use करते हैं, and it is obviously telling us through the color. So what actually happens with the color when the pesticide is present? Is there any ratio also? And then how does the system use that change to identify possible contamination?
See, it's basically an optical analyzer. So it has an optical software-based recognition system. So there are multiple reagents, as Dr. Mukherjee was saying. So we need to mix those reagents along with the sample. There will be an aquatic extraction of the sample, and then we will put it in the device. Now the device, based on when it reacts the pesticide residues, whatever is there in the sample, it will react with the reagents and it will produce a definite amount of color. Now based on the amount and the types of pesticide residues, the amount of color generation will vary. किसी में कम होगा, किसी में ज़्यादा होगा. Now the device has the power to actually detect the intensity of the color, and based on the intensity, it has its software developed in such a way that it will tell us whether it is there above its threshold limit, which we call MRL, maximum residue limit. Now if it is above the MRL, it will show positive, which means we should not consider this sample. It is not safe. If it is below, that means it is safe, हम इसको ले सकते हैं.
All right, okay. So डॉक्टर है ना, जैसे लैब में हम जब टेस्ट कराते हैं, सो हमें एक रिपोर्ट मिलता है. उस रिपोर्ट में लिखा होता है कि these are the agreed parameters. आप इससे ऊपर है या नीचे हैं. That is how you usually get. What as an end user you get it after your water has been tested in this device?
So actually what they are discussing, that there is a change in the color, and that color change gives you that the indication that the presence or absence of that the pesticide residue. So in the report also you will be giving, like in the blood sample, when we are testing a blood sample for that the RBC count or the hemoglobin. So there is a threshold. So there is a above the threshold we are telling that that is a good patient, and below that one we will be telling as an anemic patient. Likewise, in that the device we are incorporating artificial intelligence. That artificial intelligence, what it does, basically if you have the more number of data sets, more number of testings, so you will be getting that the information that some data are at the threshold, some are above the level and some are below the level. So machine is trained in such a way, so in the output you will be getting three different classes. One is on high, one is on threshold, and one is on lower. So in that the report also, there is a provision after the testing is done, then the report generation. Some Excel file is generated. So if you press that the report button, you will be getting a report like a blood report, and in that the report you will be getting that whether the contamination is in a permissible level or not.
All right, all right.
So that report also it is generated. because AI engine is inbuilt into it.
Correct. Thank you so much. So the next question it takes me to, I'll ask you, Dr. Shubhankar. Uh, not every farmer or every user would be a tech person, and usually the people get scared, listening to such terms. So can a non-technical person use this, machine easily and understand the results?
Yes, madam. The device has been designed for common people. It is not for the experts to test in. Definitely, experts can test the samples in this particular Aclivia machine and have an idea about the presence of pesticides. But the major objective of development of this whole sensing system is for the common farmers. Just as a thermometer, it not requires any special skill to read the reading. In same fashion, like specifically for the tea industry, we have calibrated this device with 6 numbers of pesticides, extended up to 20 numbers of pesticides. So this readout protocol is very simple, as madam has already mentioned, that it will give you a simple report that whether the pesticide is above the MRL or not. The process is such a simple that the SOP, standard operating protocol, step by step it has been written that first you take 1 ml of liquid sample, then take reagent 1-2 drops. So in the same, if you simply follow this procedure, the system will automatically generate the report and it will hand over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Shubhankar. Ma'am, you mentioned about AI. So, did the use of AI impacted the accuracy of this product also in any way?
Yes. Otherwise, every time what you have to do, if we don't have the AI, then you will take the sample and you have to validate it with the conventional systems. So once the sample is putting into the Aqua SURAKSHA, so getting the result, whether it is a pesticides affected or not, you have to validate the system with the standalone conventional system. So you have to depend on the analytical instrument. So every time you take the sample and go to the field or lab, do the testing, and you will be getting the authentication. Yes, this sample is affected or not. But if you are already doing the training module inside the system with the standalone analytical instrument, so the system is ready for getting any sort of unknown value, unknown sample to give the output as close to the analytical instrument. And now we are getting close to 98% accurate with the analytical instrument what we are using. Like madam is telling that the gas chromatography, mass spectroscopy, these all the systems are there. They will give you the detailed information. But in our Aqua SURAKSHA, we are giving you the go and non-go, like a screening. Whether we will be having this particular water can be used for the fish culture or fish aquatic system or not.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. So you were talking about the samples. How many samples have we already deployed?
Minimum 10 to 20,000 samples are required for training. As large samples you can do the training, your model is more rugged and accuracy will be more accurate.
Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the insight. Dr. Ganguly, I'll ask you a question from the user point of view. What difference does this automated analysis make for the end user?
See, first I will say that we can take it to the field.
Right.
That is one thing. Then the process is very simplified. Very, grassroots level people who are there at the field, they are getting trained and they are doing the testing, which is the main part of this entire solution, that they do not have to send the samples to the lab.
Right.
They themselves are getting trained and doing the testing. Now, once they are doing the testing, it's a very stepwise thing कि 2 drops ये डालो, उसके बाद 3 drops ये और samples इतना, उसको मिलाओ और वो ट्यूब को डिवाइस में डाल के एक बटन है उसको प्रेस करो. That's all. Yeah. So it's like a mobile phone kind of a thing.
Right.
तो उसको they do not feel intimidated that it's a very huge machine. उसके साथ ये माइक्रोपिपेट है, ये इतने सारे reagents है. It's nothing like that. So the reagents are put into eye drop bottles hai,
Right, right.
so that the drops volumes are also calibrated. So everything we have done from a user point of view, and now they are pressing the button, the results is getting displayed on the screen then and then. And इसका एक और बात है, when it is connected to internet, the data is going to a portal, a customer specific portal. So whoever is using, they can see. Suppose मैं फील्ड में जाके टेस्टिंग कर रही हूँ, मैडम एक सेंट्रल लेबोरेटरी में है, तो आई एम टेस्टिंग फॉर अ डे 10 सैंपल्स. आज मैं 10 सैंपल्स का टेस्ट की, तो मैडम कैन सिट एट द लेबोरेटरी एंड चेक what are the 10 samples, what are the data with the lat long details, that this is the area of testing. So we can also have a geographical, demographical map.
Absolutely.
That this is the situation of the contamination, how is it coming, whether it is improving or it is deteriorating the situation. So like this, it is becoming the life simple for the farmers as well.
Wonderful, ma'am.
And one important point is that whenever the data is being collected, that is the resource, main resource of Indian agriculture, because that data may be used in further future applications or any R&D purposes or any sort of policy decisions by the FSSI or any pollution control board. They can use the data. If there is a hotspot or there is a disaster, they can use the data.
And one more thing I would like to add, सारे जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस मैनुअल्स है ये सारे इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस में बनाया गया है. तो इट्स नॉट इन इंग्लिश, इट्स इन बंगाली, हिंदी. इवन वी हैव वर्कड इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया, वहाँ पे वी हैव डन इट इन गारो एंड खासी लैंग्वेज एज वेल. So it's it becomes easier for them when they read it in their mother tongue.
Right.
Yeah.
So wonderfully done, because ये जब तक locals तक पहुंचेगा नहीं तब तक इसका इस्तेमाल नहीं हो पाएगा. तो क्योंकि अब इसमें इतने सैंपल्स जा चुके हैं, इतना टेस्टिंग हो चुका है, I'd like to ask about your observations कि वाटर बॉडीज का क्या हाल है हमारे जहां जहां ये हुआ है. व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ कंटेमिनेशन दैट यू हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड एंड व्हाट डिड दोस फील्ड ट्रायल्स रिवील टू यू, डॉक्टर गांगुली?
Field trials, water के साथ when we did it, the results are varying.
Okay.
So it's not that it's a uniform thing that we can say. So in West Bengal there are multiple ponds, and being a Arogya Medisoft has been working in digital analyzer systems. We had devices that can measure different water parameters, nutritional parameters. उसमें heavy metals है और भी बहुत सारे पैरामीटर्स है. उसके साथ ये organophosphate और pesticide residues, when we connected, we saw there is a very acute need of a analyzing platform, because the problem is huge.
Right.
And it is diversified. It's very difficult to answer in a line that what is the problematic situation when we are considering the water bodies. And it's not about water body. When it is there in the water body, it is getting leached, and as Dr. Mukherjee was saying, it is going into the food chain, other commodities as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for your answer, ma'am. Dr. Hina, I'd like to ask you, you must have interacted with the end user also, the people who have used it. What did you learn about the object and the real need of the people, the farmers, the community, basically, if I talk about it?
So what happened, madam? Initially, that was not known to the farmer. So this type of devices are available and developed. So after transfer of technology to the industry partner, so we have deployed the devices across the nation, and now we are getting the data. So we have seen there is a variety of contamination. Somewhere it is very highly contaminated, somewhere it is in a lower concentration, but someone it's an alarming that the hotspot is generated. So it is a very alarming situation if we are going for any sort of cultivation of fish or any aquatic systems. It is a disaster. So that information we have received in our West Bengal. Slowly we have to proliferate to other states of our country, as it is a multilingual support. So common mass can easily use it, and all the data are in the cloud. So we will be getting the know-how and that the variation of the pesticides residue contamination in a wide spectrum.
Absolutely right. थैंक यू मैम। मैं अपनी बातचीत को यहाँ थोड़ा सा विराम देके एक वीडियो मैसेज हमारे पास आया है जो डॉक्टर बेहरा हैं फ्रॉम नेशनल फिशरीज डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड। उन्होंने एक वीडियो मैसेज के द्वारा हमें बताया है कि कैसे ये एक्वा सुरक्षा या हमारा जो ये एक्लिविया मॉडल है ये कैसे हमारे फिश फार्मर्स को हेल्प कर रहा है। सो आइए उनका मैसेज सुन लेते हैं।
I am Dr. Vijay Kumar Behra, Chief Executive National Fishery Development Board. As the principal investigator from ICAR-CIFRI, I was closely involved in the development of Aqua SURAKSHA. It is a pleasure to share the journey of this technology and its evolution from a fisheries sector requirement to a field-ready solution. The genesis of the project was an interesting fact that extinction of considerable number of fish species. While tracking the root cause, it revealed that leaching of organophosphate pesticide residues from farmlands to nearby aquatic ecosystems. These organophosphate pesticide residues can affect fish health, reproduction, and fertility by acting as potent endocrine disrupting chemical, leading to fish mortality and loss of fisheries productivity. Therefore, instant on-site screening of pesticide contamination in water is essential. However, conventional laboratory testing is often time-consuming, costly, and infrastructure intensive. The genesis of the project was an interesting fact that extinction of considerable number of fish species. While tracking the root cause, it revealed that leaching of organophosphate pesticide residues from farmlands to nearby aquatic ecosystems. These organophosphate pesticide residues can affect fish health, reproduction, and fertility by acting as potent endocrine disrupting chemical, leading to fish mortality and loss of fisheries productivity. Therefore, instant on-site screening of pesticide contamination in water is essential. However, conventional laboratory testing is often time-consuming, costly, and infrastructure intensive. Addressing the problem, ICAR-CIFRI provided the fisheries expertise, while C-DAC Kolkata developed the technology, which was successfully validated with 500 plus field samples across West Bengal and Assam. The technology has now progressed towards commercialization, while its applications are being extended to the tea and spice industries, with future scope for detecting additional pesticides and other environmental contaminants. As we look ahead from NFDB, technologies like Aqua SURAKSHA have significant potential to support fisheries, aquaculture, and nationwide aquatic environment monitoring. This is a strong example of how a real field problem, domain expertise, and indigenous technology can come together to create a practical solution with national potential. Thank you.
मैं प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से डॉक्टर बेहरा को थैंक यू कहना चाहूंगी अपने इंसाइट्स हमारे साथ शेयर करने के लिए। आई एम श्योर उन्होंने मतलब जो हमने अभी तक बातचीत करी उसके बारे में तो बताया ही और अपना पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस भी हमारे साथ शेयर करा। सो थैंक यू डॉक्टर बेहरा। डॉक्टर गांगुली, अब मैं आपके पास चलती हूँ। तो ये ट्रांसफर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी हुआ फ्रॉम सीडैक टू आरोग्यम। आरोग्यम ने इसको आगे कैसे बढ़ाया?
हाँ, तो आरोग्यम, जैसे मैं बता रही थी कि आरोग्यम एक डिजिटल सोल्यूशन कंपनी है। वी हैव बीन वर्किंग इन एग्रीकल्चर एंड हेल्थ केयर फॉर द लास्ट 10 years. So we already have a small battery operated bioanalyzers. Then we came in contact with C-DAC Kolkata and we got the information regarding Aqua SURAKSHA और उसको हमने लिया और थोड़ा सा फॉर्म फैक्टर मॉडिफिकेशन करने के बाद we came to Aquaria. Now we understood that it is Aqua SURAKSHA is already there for water aquatic system, but we were getting intent from different users regarding other commodities such as tea, coffee, vegetables, spices. Then we came across some industry partners who were asking us to make something for pesticide residue detection in tea. So then we collaborated with Tea Research Association, Toklai, and validated the device which was already there for aquatic medium and fisheries for tea. Then it got validated. The accuracy was more than 97%. And these were validated, this device was then validated for 6 banned pesticides, which were causing almost 90% rejections for the tea at the export level. Then we got it validated, and Lakshmi Tea was our industrial partner. They took it for the field deployment, pilot field deployment. After the successful pilot field deployment, Aclivia, they started using Aclivia for screening their incoming lot of green leaves, and then they reported that they are seeing almost 80% reduction in the rejection in the first cycle. Going to the second cycle, they reported almost more than 90 to 95% reduction in the export rejection, which was really a great feedback for us. Then after we did it for tea, now we went for spice industries as well. Initially, we have validated the device for 12 pesticide molecules for spice specific, especially cumin, coriander, fennel, fenugreek. Now we are also working in vegetables as well as paddy and coffee as well. So these things are not yet commercialized, but we are very hopeful that in the coming 6 to 8 months, the product will be there in the market for these commodities as well.
All the best from me and my team for this, ma'am. Dr. Hina, मैं आपसे आके पूछूंगी अब नॉन टेक्निकली, आपका प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में जा रहा है, लोग यूज कर रहे हैं, यू मस्ट हैव वर्कड सो हार्ड इन बिल्डिंग दिस प्रोडक्ट. सेम टू यू, डॉक्टर मुखर्जी. हाउ डज इट फील व्हेन द यूजर्स, outside, the farmers are actually using your product?
Madam, it's a very happy journey for us also, because that is not a one-day development. From the requirement to the conceptualization, development, and finally market ready product, and proliferation of the technology, and ultimately that is the beneficial for the common mass of our motherland. So what we felt that we are putting our footprint onto the motherland, and that is the requirement of life.
Yeah, right.
In any form,
Yes.
maybe from the engineering aspect, maybe from the teaching aspect, we are doing something for the society,
Right.
and that is the achievement, madam.
This is such a motivational
Yeah.
words for the, our prospective scientists also,
Yeah.
the researchers also. You were saying something. sir.
Yes. Thank you, madam. Let us share the problem areas, gap, and what we have learned from this journey,
Yes.
because it's not a journey of a single project or single collaboration. Presently, if we Google, you will find that India stands in top 5 agri-producing countries.
Yeah, right.
And many of us don't know this information. It's a very proud moment for us that we as a nation, we stands almost all agri-commodities top 5 producing country. Now, we have not achieved this target in one day. If you go back in 1960, there we have achieved this success through Green Revolution. There, the contribution of pesticide, herbicide, fungicide is commendable. So we are not recommending to not usage of pesticides. Through the implementation of National Food Security Act 2013, now we are the food surplus country. Then where is the problem? The problem is unconscious, unmonitored, and uncontrolled usage of pesticides.
Yeah, true.
Because people don't know what they are applying. But not all farmers are blindly eager to apply this pesticide into their field. They want to know that what they are applying, which limit they are applying. So this journey we have begun, and the technology was also developed. The technology partner was also BITS Pilani, Goa, Professor Sunil Mansar. Then we had a collaboration also with T-Board, TRA Kolkata, TRA Jorhat Toklai, and these devices has been developed. Funding support, definitely Madam has already mentioned Mighty, our CDAC corporate C-Spark, and also Tata Trust. They have also supported this initiative. So at present we are into the field. It's really a pride moment for us, and Madam has really well articulated. That's a footage onto our motherland.
Yeah.
So that's a great moment, and we are very proud of this contribution.
Congratulations to
Thank
all
you,
of
thank
you. मैम मैंने एक और चीज सुनी थी. There is something called as TRL9
Yeah.
that it has accomplished that. What is it that?
Actually, madam, we have started the development from the scratch when there is nothing. Now, like a baby, day-wise, they are getting higher age. Like when they are in the age 1, they are learning something. So when they are at the age of 9, they are eligible to go to the school. Likewise, that is called the translational readiness level. So how much product is ready for the common masses users? So if it is in the TRL1, maybe it is only the integration. Then TRL2, some functional model is ready with it. TRL3, some modification, some value chain. Some TRL4, some field data is coming. So likewise, that the addition is going on. When it is in the TRL9, then you can send your baby to the school.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So it means it's technologically mature,
Yes.
and the system has been tested at real condition, not only with the laboratory spike sample, it has been tested at real field.
That's
as Madam has
definitely a
mentioned.
huge milestone
Yeah.
Yes,
for
yes.
And it can be
aquaculture.
commercialized now.
Right,
Correct.
absolutely. So, ma'am, Dr. Ganguly, मैं commercialization से related, you mentioned about the tea growers. So, how did you discover that this technology or this screening tool, tea growers के लिए आएगा? Was there a, क्या कहते हैं, request that had come
Yes.
to you from them, and how did
Absolutely.
you decide, yes, that it can be used there?
We were actually attending many conferences and seminars, so it's part of our journey as well. And then we met a few people from Lakshmi Tea. So they came to us and they told us that we have heard that you have got something, some analyzers like this. So can you make something for us for this use case specifically? We are suffering from this problem at the tea gardens, and we want something at the factory gate where we can use it and screen the incoming samples. So can you do it for us? So we told them that we have that initial technology with us. We need to validate it for tea and then do some field testing as well, and then we can tell you whether, or you can also decide whether it will be useful for your factory and gardens or not. Then we did the validation at TRA, went to the gardens in West Bengal, North Bengal, Assam, Tripura, and did some field validation with Lakshmi Tea. They supported us. We are greatly indebted to them, Lakshmi Tea and TRA, and then we validated it. At the field level also, it showed almost 90 to 93% accuracy, which was really appreciated by them. Then they started using it, deployed it across 6 gardens in North Bengal, Assam and Tripura. Once Lakshmi has done this, we also contacted with other tea growers, and then came Tata.
Okay.
So we have started using it with APPL, and then they have taken this device. They have started using it in 2 of their factories in Assam. Then other tea factories and gardens also came to us, and they have also taken it, started their pilot deployments to check the results. Now it has been it is deployed across 30 gardens, and we are entering into the 3rd year. So perhaps from the next season it will increase more.
Very well, very well.
I just want to add one thing. We are not stopping after development of the screening tool to understand that whether it's able to detect that whether pesticides is there or not. In addition to that, what is our next step? Next step is the precision farming.
Okay.
Initially, Shubhankar was telling that the uncontrolled spraying of pesticides, it's a hazard. It's not only the wastage of chemical, that human is also getting breathed, and this breathing that is also an indirect effect of carcinogenic. So if we can devise a system that can able to give you that the control spraying on that particular position where the pest attack is there through the AI based image processing,
Yes.
so unnecessary wastage of chemicals and that the leakage of pesticides to the aquatic systems getting restricted. So this is our next journey.
It
Wow.
is
All the best again.
Thank you, madam.
सो डॉक्टर मुखर्जी मैं आपके पास आती हूँ उससे पहले मैं एक्लिविया टीम को थैंक्स कहना चाहूंगी दोस्तों मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी कि एक्लिविया टीम ने हमारे साथ टी गार्डन्स में एक्चुअली जाके उन लोगों ने एक वीडियो क्रिएट करा हमें दिखाने के लिए लाइव कि भाई कैसे ये जो डिवाइस है ये टी गार्डन्स में यूज होती है सो आइए वो वीडियो एक बार देख लेते हैं
AI-powered pesticide residue analyzer for tea factories, built specifically to elevate food safety and export readiness. Small tea growers and gardens are often challenged by pest attacks, for which they resort to pesticides. However, not all pesticides are permitted. Detecting pesticides at the factory gate was not possible until now. Aqua SURAKSHA, an enzymatic biosensor developed by CDAC for enterprise disrupting chemicals detection in water, was licensed and transformed by us into the field deployable solution Aquilivia. The product includes multiple patents from C-DAC in the areas of AI and nanosensor formulation. By slashing quality decision-making timelines down to just 15 minutes, Aquilivia allows tea gardens and bought leaf factories to screen pesticide residues before dispatch, organize market segregation, and lower costs before final lab confirmation. Aquilivia has been scientifically validated by the ICA, Central Inland Fisheries Research Institute, IKF, and Tea Research Association, Tokai, demonstrating more than 95% screening accuracy across the 10 parts of 1 million to 1 part per million range, with a throughput of up to 20 truckloads of deeper. Out at Livia supports high-volume operations without compromising decision-making speed, helping growers, processors, exporters and regulators move beyond laboratory validation. Aquilivia has also been field validated by Lakshmi Tea, demonstrating reliable performance under real-world tea processing conditions. Trusted by leading tea manufacturers and plantations, Aquilivia is helping strengthen quality control and food safety across the tea value chain.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द वीडियो सो दोस्तों जैसे कि हमने ये देखा एक्चुअली इस वीडियो में हमने क्लियरली देखा कि वो टी गार्डन्स के लिए कैसे इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है that person mixed the tea leaves with the water and then used that water wonderfully done again thank you so डॉक्टर मुखर्जी मैं आपके पास आ रही थी अब हम थोड़ा सा अगर फ्यूचर की ओर चलें what how have you how do you foresee that the information that is being collected through Aqua SURAKSHA will help the governments and the pollution control agencies you know in identifying the problem areas and decide where detailed testing is needed?
yes. So first of all, one thing we have to keep in our mind that it is not about stopping the usage of pesticide, but it is all about the conscious usage of pesticide. Our aim is that. So for that, this biosensing device we have developed and deployed at different communities. So the data what we are collecting, Indian context data is one of the major trade barrier. We don't have statistically significant amount of data. So number one, this data generation is ongoing. So this will give the policymakers and the environment, I mean the CPCB and other pollution control boards, that this is the presence of the pesticide in different region wise and different commodity wise. So based on the policy can be framed that the MRL, the usage of pesticide, commodity specific usage of pesticide, and that can be in a structured manner farmers can use. So definitely awareness among the farmers is one area, and also the growing concern that you use pesticide, but that should be within this limit. आपको say 10 microgram per liter. This is the dose what we are referring. So you please be within that range.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Mukherjee.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I come back to you. I request you to share a message for our young innovators, because what we keep hearing is today's innovators, they want to work in the field of agriculture and water of various kinds. So what is your message to them? How should they go about it? And what are the, those small tips that they should take care while building their product?
It's a very good question. What we have found that the young generation, not only from the technical background, maybe they have a science background, maybe they have a commerce background, whatever may be the background. So what are the problems you are seeing across it? First, you have to identify that the people are suffering from fever. What type of fever? What is the root cause? So if you know that the problems or requirements from your own eye, then you will add with your knowledge. First you identify the problem, then you add your knowledge, then slowly one by one you apply the technology. So from the requirement is a fever, requirement is that the pesticides, requirement may be some others. So once the problem is identified, then you add your knowledge, you add your acumen, and slowly that idea get conceptualized and technology will be added as required, and then you will be assisted by your senior where you are working, and slowly that the technology will be getting into a prototype, and then prototype to product, finally it will go to the market. But you have to see what are the problems that they are in Indian scenario. First we have to identify,
Right.
then technology is add on to it.
Very well explained, ma'am. Dr. Ganguly, I'd request you to kindly share a message with our farming community. We sometimes feel that they are little, skeptical of, using a technology, and we believe in our traditional ways, and they do not want to, get into the modern ways. What would you like to say to them?
यहाँ पे डरने वाली कोई बात नहीं है. हमको पहले यूज करना है और यूज करके देखना है कि हाउ इट इज एक्चुअली हेल्पिंग अस और नॉट. इफ इट इज नॉट हेल्पिंग अस, वी आर देयर, हम लोग हैं, हम लोगों को आके वो लोग बताए कि ये प्रॉब्लम है, इसको सॉल्व करना है. हम जो लेके आए हैं प्रोबेबली इट्स नॉट सॉल्विंग देयर प्रॉब्लम, we are thinking something else. So what we do at Arogyam, we always go to the field, we talk to the farmer community, we ask them, like we ask the industry partner, we ask the farmers as well. Industry partners have a certain kinds of issues that they want to resolve. Now farmers have certain kinds of issues that they want resolution. So we talk to both these parties, सो फार्मर्स आके हम लोगों को बताए कि ये प्रॉब्लम है, हम जब सैंपल्स लेके जा रहे हैं तो सैंपल्स में ये प्रॉब्लम है, या फिर हम जब पेस्टिसाइड्स खरीद रहे हैं तो हम लोगों को पता नहीं है क्या खरीदना है, तो अवेयरनेस कैंपेन होना चाहिए. तो एट आरोग्यम वी आर ऑल्सो कंडक्टिंग डिफरेंट अवेयरनेस कैंपेन्स. हम लोग उन लोगों को बता रहे हैं कि हम लोगों को मैंने वी आर डूइंग दिस थिंग्स, यू जस्ट कम टू अस, लेट अस नो व्हाट वी शुड डू मोर, and we will work on that.
Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, would you also like to share how to reach Arogyam?
Yeah, Arogyam has a website.
Okay.
They can go there. It has a phone number. You can add to the description of this YouTube.
Yes, yes,
thing.
absolutely.
And we have phone numbers as well, multiple phone numbers. They can call us at any of that phone number. We are reachable to that phone number. Then we will take their queries and try to do our best.
Wonderful, ma'am. So as rightly suggested by ma'am, what we'll do is we'll add Arogyam's website link and the phone number on which you can reach out to Arogyam with your queries in the description of this YouTube link. You can any day go and contact them for your problems. Experts, when we were talking, we were busy conversing. There were a lot of questions which have been asked by our viewers also. I'll take a few of them, please. The first question is from Kaustuv Ghosh. He says, "Hi, I am from R&D. I am interested in knowing that what kind of pesticides can this device detect and what is the principle behind it?"
Yes.
You answer, please.
We have targeted organophosphorus group pesticide mainly because this is the major pesticide in concern. Most of the pesticides has been banned out of this group, and also organochlorine and nicotinoids group we are in process of optimization.
Okay.
And I forgot what was the next part
What
of the
is the
question?
principle behind it?
Principle is enzymatic colorimetric biosensing system, where enzyme reaction we have used for the color development, and a very subtle color, very low intensity color is being developed, and the color being monitored through the machine learning based techniques and giving the decision support data.
Okay, great. The next question is from Shiv Dayal. In the context of viral disease Vitoris, what is the standard recommended engineering specification for crab fencing depth and height? I do not understand this question. Is this related to Aqua SURAKSHA in any way? All right. Thank you. Let's take the next question. It's from Raj Kishore Singh ji. What primary physiology condition occurs in intensive inland low salinity shrimp culture if the magnesium to calcium ratio is severely deficient? If you can basically, tell him about the pesticides which are actually harmful for the water bodies.
Shrimps.
Yeah, you can.
Shrimps, I do not have that idea about shrimps.
Okay.
So we need to check and I can get back. on
Okay.
that.
So, ma'am, if you can please share a little more
sure,
details
sure.
about the fish also. What kind of fish
And
that are
also-
eaten in the food chain and how are they
Yes.
harming us?
And also we can mention the authority for this kind of advisory is
Okay.
ICAR Central Inland Fishery Research Institute. So that
Regulators.
yes, that web portals also we can share with you, that you can also put
In the description.
in the description.
Great. Thank you. There's another question from Raj Kishorji. Aqua सुरक्षा सामान्य लोगों के लिए कैसे लाभदायक है? मैम, आप बताइए.
For general people, पहले क्या होता था कि farmers used to send the samples to the laboratory. उसमें एक courier cost है, sample testing का एक cost है, फिर samples result आने में शायद 5 से 7 दिन लग जाएगा. तब तक वो पानी निकाल के फिशरीज का डिसीजन लेने का टाइम शायद हो गया होगा.
Right.
अभी क्या हो रहा है, अभी जब आप एक्वा सुरक्षा या एक्लिविया आपके फील्ड के करीब कोई सेंटर में वहाँ पे डिप्लॉयमेंट हुआ है, तो उसको ले जाने के लिए आपको कोई एक्स्ट्रा दिन या एक्स्ट्रा टाइम, एक्स्ट्रा खर्च कुछ नहीं हो रहा है.
Right.
और टेस्टिंग का भी कॉस्टिंग बहुत ही कम है इसमें, और रिजल्ट्स आपको 1 या 2 दिन में मिल रहा है, तो आपको डिसीजंस लेने में बहुत आसान हो जाएगा.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll take the final question. It's from Pradeep ji. It says, if water is tested safe at the treatment plant but becomes contaminated before reaching the homes, how can such technologies identify the exact point where water quality is compromised?
Yes, that's a very good question. For water purification also we have faced this kind of question. There the need of the online monitoring of water quality is required. At present, this is the batch mode, means you have to take the sample, you have to put the sample into a sample van and you can taste in batch wise manner.
Right.
But for the continuous monitoring, we are in process of
IoT based.
yes, IoT based development of the online quality estimation of water, not only for pesticide. There are another group of chemicals, say heavy metals, antibiotic residues. These are the few another threats for the potable water. So we are in the process of developing this kind of online sensing system. Hopefully, in near future we will come up with this.
Actually, that's a system that is inbuilt into the water line. So whenever there is any discrepancy of the chemicals, so that will getting arrested and that will communicate it to the server. So from there they will giving you the decision or some mobile app. They will be getting that indication that the in-house water what they are consuming, that is contaminated or not.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, experts, for sharing your insights with all of us. It was really an interesting topic because obviously water is the most essential, thing for all of us. I thank you, all of you. And my dear viewers, today we have seen how something we cannot see can still have a very real impact. We have also seen how a real world problem can bring together science, biology, electronics, imaging, AI, and industry, and eventually become a solution that can be used outside the laboratory. Aqua Suraksha's journey is a reminder that innovation isn't simply about creating new technology, it is about starting with a real problem, understanding the people affected by it, and building something that can make a difference in the real world. From a water sample to a color change, from that color change to an AI powered analysis, and from a research project to a product in the market. That's the journey of Aqua Suraksha. Thank you everyone for watching this show. If you found this conversation useful, please do share it with others. If you have missed any part of today's discussion or want to revisit the tips shared by our experts, do watch the full episode on the same link. And as I mentioned earlier, we'll be sharing the website links and the contact numbers on our description of the YouTube. You can learn about various Digital India initiatives on our official websites www.digitalindia.gov.in and www.negd.gov.in. I'd also request you to save our helpline number 10505 for assistance with any Digital India service related queries. और दोस्तों अब वक्त है हमारे डिजिटल इंडिया क्वेश्चन निंजास के नामों का. सो हमारे आज के डिजिटल इंडिया क्वेश्चन निंजास हैं कौस्तुभ घोष, राज किशोर सिंह and Pradeep. I congratulate all of you for winning the Digital India Question Ninja reward. Please remember to send your details to our email ID askarexperts.negd@digitalindia.gov.in. Email us your name, the question you asked, the address where you want the gift to be delivered, and your phone number. Keep watching Digital India Ask Our Experts for more such stories of technology solving real world problems around us. I'm your host, Shipra Abraham, signing off. And here's a thought to take away. Water may look clean, but sometimes technology helps us to see what our eyes cannot. Thank you.
We're also very